Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. It all matters, and I'm really appreciative. Today, we're asking, what would a reader say about you? So we got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Figure out which one's right for you. Keep in mind, I do not solicit with WhatsApp in the comments, so if somebody's offering you that, then it's not me. I don't care if I don't care if you see my photo. So just if you do want to contact me, make sure that you use the email in the description. It's right below the timestamps. Check it all the time, and it's the it's the only way to contact me. That being said, I am giving away 2 free readings at 6,000 subscribers, so be subscribed and comment. You're in the running for that. And again, thank you to all of you. We're going to move on to pile number 1. Pile number 1, my gorgeous and talented. How would a reader describe you? 10 of Pentacles? 4 of Pentacles. Temperance? And the Page of Wands. So you have everything in you that's necessary to create a lot of wealth. However, you block yourself. You block yourself by having that. You have a little bit of lack mentality. You have a little bit of, if I lose anything, then I've lost. Then if anything goes, then I won't have nothing. And that's kind of what keeps you from this long-term prosperity. But you definitely have the capacity in you to self-regulate. It's like you have both this wealth and this, this grasping, holding on part of you. And you are definitely able to temper that. You are definitely able to find your personal balance. But it is something that you need to pay attention to. With the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a willingness and enthusiasm. Like you're willing to try things. And I feel like it is important because when you get in this lack mentality, you're less likely to try things. And it's that I feel like you having this ability to try things that you might not, start off good at, actually is part of your potential abundance. Yeah, a lot of your power involves you being willing to have enthusiasm and move forward, being willing to start something and be a beginner. With the seven of Pentacles, and by the way, lots and lots of Pentacles in this reading, so we could have some earth signs. There is, of course, a fire sign in here. Should I take this one? Okay. So, but with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like there is an investment that needs to be put in. Seven of Wands. So it's interesting. So because I feel like you have the ability to defend what you're working on, but some of what you may work on may take time to grow. It's like some of you could invest in something, some of you could build something, but it's something that you need to give yourself a chance to start out with enthusiasm, start out like building the pieces. Claire, a little bit more on this with the Nine of Cups. Your own happiness is something that will help lead you to wish fulfillment. So with it's like the way you go about things is going to, it's going to affect the outcome. So if you go into things believing that, you don't want to lose anything ever, you want to hold on to everything, it doesn't allow flow. But if you go in willing to be, try something new, willing to not be great at it at first, and, going into it, from a place of, joy, you have what it takes to manifest, but you're occasionally at odds with yourself, which, you're human, it happens. How would a reader describe you? The Fool. Yeah, I get, like, because the Fool is somebody and the Temperance shows up again. Like I feel like you're not supposed to avoid being the Fool. You're supposed to give yourself the ability to not. It's like sometimes the things that you're holding on to aren't actually that great for you. So it is important to be willing to start over, be willing to begin and not necessarily know the ending, but come at it from a place of, your own satisfaction and abundance. Come at it from a place of your own emotional equilibrium. And then, even if you don't know what's in front of you, you're still going in the right direction. Knight of Swords. Yeah, movement. It's like you have things in front of you, but what you focus on and the way you focus on it, it's like that's what's gonna matter. Like you can concentrate on, you know, any losses or not having losses, or you can concentrate on, you know, what you still have, what you can do something about. But this fear of loss, this fear of letting go, it is something that's consistent within you. It doesn't have to be like that, because spirit is trying to get you to balance out, to let go, and because ultimately what you might want to hold on to is much less than what your birthright is, what you're meant to do. How would a reader describe you? It's okay not to know where it's all taking you. Find the beauty in the journey. Yeah, I'm really getting that for you. It's like don't be so precious with holding on to everything, because like you may not know what's going forward, but like forward is the direction that you should be going. The journey eventually it will take you to this place, but don't let yourself get stagnant. There's something about, what would a reader say about you? Don't let social media confuse you. You're just where you need to be. Don't necessarily look at other people because they're, for one, it's not an accurate representation of their life, and it's also not your life. How would a reader describe you? Hope. You have so much to hope for. It's just, I feel like you're supposed to take actions on your hopes. You're supposed to, but not just hold on to things no matter what. I think that there's a need to not feel like you're going to, if something isn't for you, other avenues are going to open up for you because it's meant to be like that. I do have heartache. I have cold heart, and I'm not getting that you guys are heart. I'm not getting that you guys have a cold heart. I'm getting that you guys it's like you need to be able to move forward with hope and enthusiasm. So I feel like some of you may be holding on to situations with that Four of Pentacles coming out twice. Some of you may be holding on to situations in which those people or situations don't mean you well. They're not. It's like don't hold on to somebody who doesn't care. Don't hold on to people, place, thing, whatever has shown you and demonstrated that they don't care. Don't hold on because you're going to have wealth and prosperity, but only if you're willing to have the hope and be willing to take direction. Like sometimes you may only know that the direction is away from here, but you know it. So be careful of that because there's heartbreak and there are shady individuals, and you're not the shady one. But don't hold on to people who demonstrate that they're not going to be there for you. Don't hold on to people who demonstrate that they don't care for you. That only leads to heartbreak. And why would you hold on? I understand it's hard, you know, because we care, but your legacy, you have a fateful legacy of abundance. Like the red string of faith, the fish is abundance, 10 of pentacles. So but it's like do need to let go of what's not working so that things can work, because you have all this magic inside of you. You have all this power inside of you, but you're meant to be a lot more carefree. And some of the connections that you have in your life are malformed. They're not healthy. They and it doesn't mean that you can't have good relationships. But again, it's not like you should let go of everybody in your life, but you have to wonder sometimes, why are you holding on? What are you actually holding on to? Because again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but anything that you're holding on to, anything that you're attached to, and it's just not serving you and maybe even actively hurting you, be free. Start something new. Like you're definitely meant to have a hope and start something new and leave behind baggage. And that eventually that is going to lead to this long-term stability and success, even if you don't know where it's leading right now. But you're really truly worthy of appreciation. And you need to be in your power. You need to be willing to you know, create what's yours. But I feel like the Four of Pentacles happens, it happens from a place of fear. It's like if I let go of something, I'll never have it again. If I give something, it will not be replaced, or I won't have something better. So keep in mind that that's not how you need to live. So let go of what's not holding on to you. I will definitely say let go. Be willing to try something new, even if you don't know where it's going to go, because that's where your abundance is going to come from. It's going to come from that, like that joy and optimism. If you follow, what makes you happy, wish fulfillment. If you hold on to everything because you're afraid you'll never have it again, it's not your path. So I hope that this helps you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 6,000 subscribers. So make sure that you're subscribed and you comment and you're in the running for that. And if you want to contact me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. Don't give money or information to anybody in the comments. If they're giving you a WhatsApp, I don't have a WhatsApp. I'm not going to get a WhatsApp. It's not how to contact with me. And there are people who are out there scamming people. So if you want to contact me, that email, I check it all the time. And it's the best way to get in contact with me. We're going to move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, my gorgeous and talented people. How would a reader describe you? The little smoky quartz. Ace of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. Hermit. Introspective immediately jumped to mind. Okay, you're somebody that's generous. You're somebody that's introspective. You may have a new beginning coming. Yeah, I think that you have a new beginning coming in abundance. And that's because you're on track. You've got, like the Wheel of Fortune, like there's certain things that are meant for you to receive. You are going to receive an offer of stability. Some of you are going to get married. Others of you, you're going to have a serious, relatively traditional relationship. Ooh, 7 of Swords. This is something that needs to be paying attention to. I'm going to grab a few more cards before I get clarification on that. Ace of Wands. You have some divine inspiration. Like you have some divine inspiration, but you've definitely faced a lot of shady people and challenges. Like even though like you're going to receive more stability, you're going to receive more stability, but I feel like there's a need for you to follow your divine inspiration. There's a need for you to, because you are very acute in your ability to look inside, look at what's going on with you. And there's a need, like, because even though good things are coming for you, and they are, because they're meant to be on your path, you definitely have just dealt with a lot of this. The Seven of Swords. I'm going to get clarity on the Seven of Swords, but the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Like you may be generous, you may be introspective, but you didn't get this way because everything worked out well. Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like you have had people perhaps sabotage things that you've worked on. You've maybe had people um, take from your hard work, but still, like you've been really strong. It's like this has not led to a lack of generosity or kindness on your part, but I feel like that this has revealed some people for who they are to you. And it's funny because you're one of these people that's really, really very willing to give, but occasionally you have somebody that's, even, like they insist on taking, even though so I feel like you've spent a lot of time building yourself up. Eight. I think that you're ready to leave behind people that just cause you drama and pain. I feel like you've come to the realization that if somebody, no matter what you do, won't work with you, then it's okay to let them go so you can have your new beginnings. And because of that, you've had a really important realization that's going to make your life a lot happier. So you are slowly but surely moving your life forward. You have a plan and you're taking action on that plan, and that plan is like with divinely guided ideas, like letting go of the people who and places and things and situations that just aren't going to cooperate with you is part of that revelation, is part of you going forward. So I feel like you're very patient, you're willing to invest the time as long as you're getting something better. um and you're wise. You're wise again because you had to go through a lot of revelations. You had to figure out yourself. So you carry a lot of wisdom and you have a lot of divine clarity and you are moving towards happiness. But sometimes it's moving slowly, and sometimes you're having to put a little bit of effort that won't pay off right away. But I feel like you're you're not impatient with things not working right away. I mean, you just have lost patience with people who won't work with you no matter what. Ten of Swords. And you definitely may have had somebody betray you. You know, somebody you put a lot of effort and energy into. And you're definitely going to have things pay off because it's meant to for you. Happiness is here. Like you're definitely with your own wisdom, with your own knowledge, like you're moving yourself towards happiness, but you've definitely not always had a great time along the way. What would a reader say about you? Don't let social media confuse you. You're just where you need to be. This came out in the other one. There's like 200 ones in here. So, what would so sometimes that would be about, because I don't think that you're comparing yourself to other people, but I feel like sometimes, people are comparing on stuff that's superficial, stuff that's whereas you're really deep, like, and you're going to find real genuine joy and peace because but it's not because of anything that's on the surface. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What do you need? What should you get rid of? Again, I feel like you've really figured out that there are some people in your life that you just can't give enough to. You just can't care enough for, that they aren't going to work with you. They just won't do it. And that you actually have to choose yourself. And I feel like you may even be inclined. I get the inclination, like you may have an inclination just to take care of everybody around you. But you're moving forward, and you're moving forward into happiness. And while the road forward may occasionally seem slow, um, you're getting there. You're doing it. You're on your path. You are somebody that is truly genuine. Like, you are you. You have spent so much time figuring out who you are, and you're not trying to be anybody else. There And it's also why, like, nobody else can really compete with you, because you're very, even though you're somebody like that cares about the needs of everybody, you're very aware of who you are, because you've had to spend so much time figuring out that, spend so much time being strong within yourself, spending so much time figuring out what's you and what's somebody else. Like, do you need to change something, or do you need just to stand firm? Figure And you are incredibly wise. Like, you've gone through some stuff, and that's only made you wiser. You've definitely dealt with dysfunctional relationships, but you're choosing relationships that will work with you, will, like, won't fight you along the way. So I feel like you're somebody that speaks from the heart. You're somebody who has a great deal of clarity, and specifically like spiritual clarity. And I feel like a lot of your spiritual clarity has come through knowledge of yourself, and it's helping you move forward, and you're moving forward into brighter and better things, and away from people and situations that choose to betray you. You have achieved self mastery, which is wonderful. Like, so it's not like, you may still deal with difficulties as everybody does, but a reader would say that you're somebody who's knows yourself so greatly that you have a huge font of wisdom, that you're also somebody that has truly you've just taken everything that you had in life, and you learned your lessons, and you took responsibility for what was yours, and you're releasing responsibility for what isn't. So I hope this helped you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 6,000 subscribers. So be subscribed and comment, and you're in the running for that. If you do want to contact me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. I do not have a WhatsApp. I am not going to try to, like, if I'm not going to try to get you to do a reading in the comments. So if somebody's trying to do that, it's not me. So there's a lot of people who are scamming people right now. Don't give people any information, and especially not any money. Um, So thank you again. And we're going to move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, my gorgeous, talented, amazing people. Oh, pile number 3 was at 30 minutes on the dot. That's amazing. Oh, how would a reader describe you? Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. I think that they describe you as somebody very future focused, with somebody. However, you seem to be holding on to disappointments and losses. You've got this view for the future, but you are restricting your path forward. And you're restricting your path forward by maybe not opening your heart, maybe not being willing to give. Like there's some fear in you that's dominant, and that fear has to do with like either letting go of something. I feel like if you let go of it's like you fear if you let go of something, nothing will replace it. It's like you want to hold on to everything you have. You may be afraid to give because it'll mean that you don't have enough. It's like there's this focus on negative when there is other, that there are still other opportunities being presented to you. With the Page of Pentacles, I feel like I need some clarity on the Page of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. You need to let go of something. You need to release something so that you can start a new beginning. Because not everything you're holding on to are things that will bring you forward. But yeah, need to let go, concentrating on grief and loss, even if there's other availabilities open to you. So if you don't feel like this is your reading, feel free to choose another one. But so, how would a reader describe you? Queen of Swords. I think that you've had some rough experiences. And to some extent, you've let those experiences, create this fear. So I think that you do have a desire for truth. I feel like you do, but like there might be a little bit of needing to defrost. Because you're capable of seeing clearly if you want to. But I feel like you might have had a lot of tough experiences, and that might make you be afraid to be without something. However, like you have an opportunity to create. That's not it. You have an innocent part of you. You have this part of you, you have this part that's tough, that's gone through a lot, and you have this part of you that has this access to divine light and joy. And the more you access that, the more you access real clarity. It's like you need to choose joy and happiness, because choosing joy and happiness is the right direction. But it's like you're not, it's like a little naked baby here. Like what matters most is not the other accoutrements around you. It's your truest self. Any of this stuff can come and go, but your truest self is the direction of truth. And there's a need for you to move forward and act on your passion. Because as soon as you get out of your way, you're going to be overwhelmingly successful. But you need to get out of your way, because there's the dark side and there's the light side. There's the place of your hurts, and there's, your inner divine self. And both, you need to understand both. And both of those sides of you need to be moving forward, because the only thing that's going to stop your momentum forward is you. Because you do have the intelligence, but you need to let go. There's something deeply that you really truly need to let go of, because it's not serving you. And the things that you need to let go are very fear-based. Which, obviously, I'm not asking you to be a fool. Like, you've figured out some things, but just concentrating on what has gone wrong to the point where you're not paying attention to what you do have keeps you from make that stability in your life. And you think you're creating stability by not letting anything move, or but you need things to move, because things moving is going to be you moving towards, the legacy of happiness that's supposed to be yours. But you need to stop concentrating always on what's gone wrong. How would a reader describe you? Four of Cups. Yeah, your dissatisfaction is a problem, because that's what's getting in the way. Like, you are like capable of so much more freedom and movement and thing, but whatever's keeping you from making any choices, like, I feel like you have grasped onto a false sense of security on something. And that's, you know where things can't grow and change. And it might be comforting in the moment, but it just keeps you from ever fully having this. It's like you want the future, you want the movement forward, but the movement in forward involves change. It involves, like, there's a need to, not just spend all your time being dissatisfied, and not, because that dissatisfaction keeps you from knowing what opportunity you're supposed to take. This need to hold on, never, like this need to, protect your heart, protect your money, protect, like, this kind of belief that maybe everybody might want to take from you. Some people might want to take from you, but this is not getting you anywhere. This is keeping you small, and it's keeping you in a situation where if you released it, like, stuff would flow in and out of your life, and the stuff that was supposed to be there, that would all move forward. So you have what it takes to be really successful, really happy. If you want success, you can have it. But it takes fire, it takes action, and you are going to have to embrace your own emotional intelligence. And you're not going to be emotionally intelligent if you're not accessing your heart space. Your emotional intelligence goes from feeling your feelings, having that one foot in the water, but also having that one foot out of the water. The ability to know your feelings, but also control yourself. Again, like if you are on the same page with yourself, nothing's in your way. I really quickly saw the moon. This up as I drop things. Um, However, like once you're able to embrace your emotional body and realize that it's actually a source of power for you, where you don't let your emotions like dictate your entire life, but you like it's going to lead to love for you. It's going to lead to success for you. It's going to lead to deep happiness for you. And it's going to move everything you want forward. But there is a need for you to get out of your way because this dissatisfaction, this belief that if you that you have to hold on or hold back, it's just not the right direction. And this concentration on what you've lost, looking at it so much that you can't see the other opportunities out there. That's your block. Don't pay haters no mind because they surely don't matter. So like there are definitely people who don't matter like to you. Like they matter in the greater scheme of things, but they're not they're not your people. They're not the people who are going to help you. They're not, they're only going to create a little bit of shade along the way. So those people don't matter. You need to concentrate on the people who really will give you that love back. You need to concentrate on, the situations that you can really move forward on. But I feel like there's this regret and feelings of loss and feelings of dissatisfaction, and you shouldn't be letting that catch a sunrise. Just like I said, the sun. Like you figuring out how to embrace the joy that you are innately capable of is what's going to take you in the right direction. You concentrating on everything that went wrong is your dark side, your shadow self. So you need to figure out whether you're going to give in to your shadow self or whether you're going to live in the kind of freedom that you always were meant to. But that freedom's involved, not caring about people who for you, aren't that significant. And it does involve you like opening yourself up so that you can get the love that you deserve and the joy that you're capable of. And both of these parts of you are here. You do have this dark side, you do have this light side. But I think it's going to be much more beneficial for you to embrace the silly side of you, to because you embracing your dark side, you concentrating on your losses to the point where you cannot see the good that is being offered to you. This is an avoidant behavior. This is you running away from your potential joy and happiness. Not everything's going to work out how you thought it was. So if you have relationships that are broken, that, that are just people who, maybe you're trying to gain approval from, those are not the relationships that you need to have. And if for some reason you have people who honestly care for you and there's something wrong with the relationship, that's worth putting time and effort into fixing. But you're not showing an accurate representation of yourself to the world. And how could you when you're denying the light side of you? Because the real, this, I know that you've had a lot of difficulties, but this is who you are. This, and you need to give yourself the ability to be more carefree. You just do, because otherwise you're just not being real. You think you are, but you're acting in your pain and not in your potential. And you have, like, the ironic thing is you're so afraid of losing, but that fear of loss is keeping you from your potential. The what you were supposed, like, because you were fated for some level of abundance, and that need to, like, hold on is keeping from you from that true abundance that you're capable of. And you embracing your free, like freeing yourself is what's going to take you to that abundance. And some of that abundance just may be joy and happiness. Not all of it is going to be money, but it's going to be like emotional control and happiness. And there is going to be an ability for money and things that you want to move forward, But there may be situations in your life that you're being asked to work together with. Like, you may be asked to, cooperate in something. And you may be choosing to, not even see the abundance in front of you, not even see. But you're definitely, the attachment's there and you're meant to work together. So I feel like you really need to embrace speaking from your heart, because your heart is the truth. And with one, I feel like you need to realize that yes, you've dealt with difficulty, but you're capable of manifesting everything. And it's like, do you want to manifest from your dark side? Do you want to manifest from the part of you that is dissatisfied with everything? It's just, you don't want to manifest from the place of fear and, like this overwhelming fear of loss. It's like sometimes loss will happen. Sometimes that loss will happen because it's not something you're supposed to hold on to. But you're supposed to embrace your joy, your personal sunshine, and take action and move forward. Like, it's like, I feel like there's something regarding your passions that if you just followed, and that you might not be following because you have this fear of loss, this, like, this fire in you is meant to help guide you. And the only thing that's in your way is this belief that you won't get enough, or you won't, like, you'll lose, something will be taken from you. But it's not how things are. It's what you fear and not how things are. So I hope that this helps you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 6,000 subscribers. I already hit 5. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. If you do want to contact me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. Uh, there is somebody that is pretending to be me, so please, if somebody offers you a WhatsApp in the comment, 100% it's not me. So if you can report them, definitely don't give them money or information. It's, this is somebody that's just trying to take advantage of people. So I hope that this helped you. We're going to move on to pile number 4. Pile number 4, my gorgeous and talented people with clear quartz. How would a reader describe you? Temperance, 9 of Cups, Hermit, and the 5 of Swords. Are you avoiding anything? Like, here's the thing. You're really balanced. You're somebody that has really been able to balance your intellectual and your emotional, your bodies. You're somebody that's, you're really able to self-regulate your feelings. You're somebody who, like, you're somebody that has, like, you don't fly off the handle regarding things. And you've done that because you have a great intimate wisdom of self. Like, you very much know who you are. You really are somebody that pays a lot of attention to, you're always considering, like, what's right, what you've done, like, you're very examined. Like, your life has been, you have examined your life, your actions. You're somebody that doesn't, that's even keel. You have a pretty good sense of emotional balance. And you're definitely seeking your own happiness, and you actually have achieved a lot of happiness. You're somebody who's very independent. And I feel like a source of this independence has been um, the fact that you've not always you've run against a lot of people who didn't have your best interest at heart. So I feel like because of that, you spent a lot of time figuring out, does this person have my best interest at heart? Who am I really? Even if somebody is going to tell me that I'm awful, who am I really? And you really are somebody that's divinely guided, with temperance, with those little, the angel wings on the card. Like, you're somebody that, you've, you may have dealt with a lot of difficult people, but you have not chosen to be that kind of person. You've chosen to be somebody that creates balance in the world. And creating balance in the world, starting with you, so I feel like, you are, because you have found a sense of happiness, but a lot of that happiness has been by yourself. And I feel like you do have this desire for your hard work to pay off, because you've just run into a lot of people who don't have your best interest at heart. You know yourself enough to, like, right now, you know yourself enough that when that person comes along, they can't even shake you. But you want things to pay off. Like, it feels like it's been a long road where you've taken the right actions and you're waiting for things to pay off. Page of Cups. And that is actually leading you, because when you're not spending all your time, like this, you're definitely able to self-regulate out of the difficulty. But like when you're a little bit more emotionally weak, you do fall into like a sense of hopelessness. Like, most of the time you've got yourself together, because it's, like, most of the time you've got yourself fine. But sometimes the fact that you haven't had a lot of, like, I feel like you realize that a lot of things may not have paid off for you, and sometimes that makes you feel constricted, sometimes that makes you feel anxious, sometimes that makes you feel like things aren't going to pay off for you. I feel like you're somebody who's even tempered, but sometimes, and you're somebody that has a lot of self-knowledge, but you've deeply been affected about regarding how others have treated you. And sometimes you're looking forward with that optimism, and sometimes you're losing hope. How would a reader describe you? What you are is somebody that's extremely powerful and able to create what you want in this existence. Like, if you have a vision, you can make it happen, you can create it. But I feel like you gained a lot of this strength through heartbreak. Like, a lot of you really feel like, you are this strong, and partially you're this strong because you couldn't fully depend on other people. So I feel like you're confident with you, but you're a lot less confident around other people, because you haven't, because of the experiences you've had with them. The universe wants you to know that, I know you're waiting for certain things to pay off, but they're going to. The world is going to correct it for you, and you are going to receive the, kindness and affection and that you deserve. And I think, and they're trying to tell you that, like, all that peace and calm that you found, it's important to, when you have these thoughts, when you have these feelings, when you have this hurt, like, accept that those thoughts, those feelings, that hurt, because this, your own emotional regulation that you worked for a long time, because I feel like you worked on this for a long time, because you're a very strong person, but you didn't have an easy road. But what is meant for you is going to pay off. You are going to achieve justice. Like, but I feel like it's important not to hold on too tightly to these thoughts of hopelessness and being stuck, because, offers of emotional happiness are going to come your way. the energy that you put out is going to come into balance for you. But I feel like you're afraid of people. And I feel like you have a lot of life experience that would make it make sense to be afraid of people. But it's important that you don't sabotage yourself because other people sabotaged you in the past. Believe in the universe. It's like I said, what is meant for you is coming for you. And what is meant for you is not more of these really hard experiences. You've already paid a lot of those. Take a second today to remind yourself you've got this because you do. I feel like you have put so much work into being this wise person, being this emotionally balanced person, and you, it's like the universe is going to pay off for you, but you need to remember that you've got this. You need to remember that you may not still be in those toxic situations. I feel like if you were in a toxic situation, you've walked away. However, you're still occasionally letting that take over your mind and making you feel like you're stuck. And you're not. Things are going to correct for you. But I understand. I get it. If you've dealt with a lot of bad behavior and cruelty, it can be hard to realize, even though you've chosen to be somebody that's, it's like you came out of a lot of darkness to become somebody that's a font of light. And the energy that you've put in is going to come out for you. Like, the universe is going to make that balance for you, but it is important that you don't lose hope because not everything you wanted has come about yet. So believe. It's like there's still some need for you to have faith that the work that you've put in is paying off, that the stuff that like, wish fulfillment is available for you. But don't let yourself get lost in the darkness again, because you not only found the light, you decided to be the light. And it's one of those things where you may have these times that you're a little bit lower than others, but though it's like your past doesn't dictate your future. Like, just because you've dealt with cruelty, it doesn't mean that that's your legacy. That's just experiences that you've had so far that have actually helped you grow, but it's not what your life is going to look like for the rest of time. And in fact, you already know to not put up with these people. You already know to let go of them. I feel like you already let go of them, but you need to, like, not let them haunt you. Because again, not everybody had a true face when they dealt with you. Like, you had a heartbreak. People treated you coldly. They happened. It happened. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get wish fulfillment and happiness. Because there's a big transition that is going to happen in your life. Like, the pendulum is going to swing in your favor, and as far as people have taken you down, that's as far as you're going to go back up. So I think that you need to realize that. And you have gained an incredible amount of wisdom. But there had to be difficulty to make you into the person that you are. Like, the pearl is irritation. Is like the pearl happens because something, something causes irritation and grit, and it's formed over years, but at the end it ends up as something smooth, something refined, something. So you've gone through a refining process to become this really wise person that you are, to become this really spiritually sound person that you are. And have the belief that things are going to even out for you, because you are somebody that's incredibly individual, special, and beautiful, worthy of appreciation. You're, but also one of a kind. There isn't anybody else like you, because of who you are and because of the decisions you've made and because of the growth you had to go through. So nine, of course, is a magic number, 3 to 3, but it's also, it symbolizes an end. Like there's an end to the difficulty. Like I even though you've dealt with a lot of difficulty, there's an end to that difficulty. So I feel like you need to embrace your joy and silliness a little bit more. I understand that it's difficult because you've gone through a lot, but it's like Spirit particularly wants to let you know that things are going to get better. Like this is not always how it's going to be. So I hope this helped you. Uh, if you want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 6,000 subscribers. Already hit 5. Thank you guys. And I want to say thank you again to everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. Just make sure that you um, only contact me on that, because there is somebody that's pretending to be me in the comment section. So just make sure that you don't give that person any time, money, information, none of it. So I wish you so much happiness and joy, and thanks